Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn English with Bible Sparkle. I'm Maya.
And I'm Jake. We're so excited you're joining us today.
That's right, Jake. This is the podcast where we explore wonderful Bible stories while learning English together. It's like getting two great things at once.
Today, we're going on an amazing adventure with a man named Abraham. Are you ready for a journey, Maya?
I'm ready, Jake. And listeners, you're going to learn about two very important English grammar topics today: the simple past tense and the future tense.
The simple past tense tells us about things that already happened, like, yesterday, I walked to the store.
And the future tense tells us about things that will happen later, like, tomorrow I will visit my friend.
Perfect. So grab your thinking caps, everyone, because Abraham's story is full of both past and future events.
Let's begin our journey together.
Our story starts many, many years ago in an ancient city called Ur. Maya, can you paint a picture of what Ur was like?
Absolutely, Jake. Ur was a busy city with tall buildings made of bricks. People bought and sold things in the marketplace. There were gardens and rivers nearby.
And in this city lived a man named Abram. That was Abraham's name at first. He had a wife named Sarai, and they had a good life there.
Abram owned many animals: sheep, goats, and camels. He was wealthy and respected. Life was comfortable and peaceful.
But then something extraordinary happened. One day, God spoke to Abram. Can you imagine hearing God's voice, Maya?
It must have been amazing, and maybe a little scary too. God said to Abram, "Leave your country, your family, and your father's house. Go to a land that I will show you."
Now, listeners, notice the English here. God used future tense. I will show you. He was talking about something that would happen later.
That's right. And what did Abram do? Let's use past tense now. Abram listened, he believed, he decided to obey God.
Okay, everyone, let's pause our story for a moment and practice some English. Maya, what did we just hear Abram do?
Great question, Jake. Let me list some past tense verbs from our story. Abram lived in Ur. He owned many animals. God spoke to him. Abram listened to God. He decided to obey.
Perfect examples. Now, listeners, do you notice the pattern? Many past tense verbs end in ed, like listened and decided.
But some verbs are irregular, Jake. They don't follow the ed rule. Like spoke, the present tense is speak, but past tense is spoke.
Exactly. Here are more irregular past tense verbs. Go, went. Have, had. Say, said. Come, came.
Let's practice together. I'll say a present tense verb, and you listeners can think of the past tense. Ready?
Walk.
That's walked, regular verb with ed.
Eat.
That's ate, irregular verb.
Great job, everyone. Now let's return to Abraham's story.
So Abram made a big decision. He packed his belongings, gathered his family, and prepared for a long journey.
His wife Sarai came with him, and also his nephew Lot. They brought their servants and all their animals too.
Can you picture this, listeners? It was like a whole village moving together. Hundreds of sheep, dozens of camels, and many people walking across the desert.
They walked for days and days. The sun was hot during the day. The nights were cold. Sometimes they found water and green grass for the animals.
Sometimes they had to cross rocky hills or sandy deserts. It was not easy, but Abram trusted God every step of the way.
And you know what's amazing? God had made Abram some incredible promises about the future.
That's right. God said, I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make your name famous. You will be a blessing to others.
Listen to all those future tense promises. I will make, I will bless, you will be. God was telling Abram about wonderful things that would happen later.
Time for another English lesson. Jake, let's talk about the future tense.
The future tense is actually quite simple in English. We usually just add the word will before the main verb.
That's right. Let's look at God's promises to Abraham. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. You will be a blessing.
We can also use going to for future plans. For example, Abraham is going to travel to a new land.
Both will and going to talk about the future, but will often sounds more like a promise or a decision made right now.
And going to often sounds more like a plan you already made. For example, I will help you, deciding right now. I'm going to help you, already planned.
Let's practice. Listeners, try to make future tense sentences about yourself. Tomorrow, I will. Next week, I'm going to.
Excellent. Now, let's see what happened when Abraham reached the Promised Land.
After traveling for many weeks, Abraham's family finally arrived in a beautiful land called Canaan.
Canaan had rolling green hills, flowing streams, and fertile soil perfect for growing food. It was everything God had promised.
When Abraham reached Canaan, God spoke to him again. God said, "Look around you, to the north, south, east, and west. All this land I will give to you and your descendants forever."
Abraham was so grateful. He built an altar there to worship God and thank him for keeping his promises.
Notice the English here again, friends. God said, "I will give." That's future tense. Even though Abraham was standing in the land, God was promising it would belong to his family in the future.
And Abraham had faith. He believed God's promises would come true, even though he didn't have children yet.
Abraham's story teaches us about trusting God's promises for our future, even when we can't see how they'll happen.
All right, everyone, it's quiz time. Let's see how well you listened to Abraham's story.
I'll ask the questions, and Maya will give you a few seconds to think before revealing the answer.
Question 1. What was the name of the city where Abraham first lived?
The answer is Ur. Abraham lived in the city of Ur.
Question 2. Who traveled with Abraham on his journey?
His wife Sarai and his nephew Lot, plus their servants and animals.
Question 3. What was the name of the promised land where Abraham settled?
Canaan. God led Abraham to the land of Canaan.
Question 4. Complete this sentence. God said, I, blank, make you into a great nation.
The answer is will. God said, I will make you into a great nation.
Question 5. What did Abraham build when he arrived in Canaan?
The answer is an altar. Abraham built an altar to worship and thank God.
How'd you do? Don't worry if you missed any. You can always listen to the story again.
Now let's practice our past and future tenses with Abraham's story.
I'll give you a sentence, and you try to identify if it's past tense or future tense. Ready?
Sentence 1. Abraham walked to Canaan.
That's past tense. Walked tells us about something that already happened.
Sentence 2. God will bless Abraham's family.
That's future tense. Will bless tells us about something that will happen later.
Sentence 3. Abraham believed God's promises.
Past tense. Believed is the past tense of believe.
Sentence 4. Abraham's descendants will become a great nation.
Future tense. Will become talks about the future.
Great practice, everyone. Now let's try making our own sentences.
Think about your own life. Can you make a past tense sentence about yesterday?
For example, yesterday I studied English, or I watched a movie last night.
Now try a future tense sentence about tomorrow.
Like, tomorrow I will practice English, or I'm going to visit my friend next week.
Abraham's story teaches us some beautiful life lessons, doesn't it, Jake?
Absolutely. First, Abraham shows us the importance of faith. He trusted God even when he couldn't see the full plan.
That's so true. Abraham left his comfortable home and went to an unknown place because he believed God would take care of him.
Abraham also teaches us about obedience. When God asked him to do something difficult, Abraham chose to obey.
And patience. God's promises didn't all come true immediately. Abraham had to wait and keep believing.
For English learners, Abraham's story shows us something important too. Learning takes time and trust.
Exactly. Just like Abraham had to take one step at a time in his journey, we learn English one word, one grammar rule, one conversation at a time.
Abraham didn't know exactly where he was going, but he kept moving forward. We might not know every English rule yet, but we keep learning and practicing.
What a wonderful parallel, Jake.
Ready for one final quiz challenge? This time, we'll test both your Bible knowledge and your English grammar.
I'll give you a sentence with a missing word. You need to choose the correct past or future tense verb.
Question 1. Yesterday, Abraham blank his homeland. Leave, left, will leave.
The answer is left, past tense of leave.
Question 2. God blank Abraham to a new land tomorrow. Guided, will guide, guide.
The answer is will guide. The word tomorrow tells us this is future tense.
Question 3. Abraham blank an altar when he arrives. Built, will build, builds.
Will build. We use future tense in the main clause, even though when he arrives uses present tense.
Question 4. God's promises blank true in the future. Came, will come, come.
Will come. This is about the future.
Excellent work, everyone.
What an amazing journey we've taken together today. We traveled with Abraham from Ur to Canaan and learned so much English along the way.
We practiced past tense verbs like walked, listened, and arrived.
And future tense phrases like will go, will bless, and will become.
Remember, learning English is like Abraham's journey. It takes faith, patience, and one step at a time.
Don't worry if you don't remember everything perfectly. Just like Abraham trusted God's plan, trust your learning process.
Keep practicing past and future tenses in your daily conversations. Talk about what you did yesterday and what you will do tomorrow.
And remember Abraham's example of faith and obedience. These are beautiful qualities in any language.
Thank you so much for joining us on Learn English with Bible Sparkle today.
Next time, we'll explore another exciting Bible story with new English lessons.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Until then, keep practicing your English, keep growing in faith, and keep shining bright.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.